Across the South Coast, live from Solent University. You're listening to Solent Sports News.
Good afternoon, it's 3 o'clock. I'm Felix Holland and these are your Solent Sports News headlines. Former England captain Michael Vaughan believes that both Brendan McCullum and Rob Key are lucky to survive their respective roles after a review was taken by the England Cricket Board. This comment came following a 4-1 embarrassment during the winter's Ashes series. Despite this, Key is certain England have the right leadership to see them into a busy summer. Our cricket correspondent Anthony Purvis has more on the matter.
There is nothing wrong with having the odd disagreement in about how you're doing that, but as long as that's what you as a leadership group are trying to do, to lift the players up around you, that's the absolute key. I think they're the best at doing that.
That was England Managing Director Rob Key after this year's Ashes review was released, which to no one's surprise was littered with issues on and off the pitch. When the Ashes finished in January, it marked the end of one of the most disappointing Ashes series in England cricket history, with England losing 4-1.
Australia retain the Ashes, and in Perth, in Brisbane and now in Adelaide, they have exposed England's shortcomings.
As well as the disappointing performance, England players were caught in multiple controversies off the pitch, including players seen drinking heavily mid-series and most famously, cricket player Harry Brooks being involved in an altercation with a bouncer at a nightclub.
But obviously I made a terrible mistake, and not only as a player but as a captain, it's very unprofessional.
Following this year's series, questions have been raised about the leadership group within the squad or whether or not they should be sacked. Despite this, the decision was to keep the key leaders, head coach Brendan McCullum and captain Ben Stokes, with England cricket boss Richard Gould saying that getting rid of them would have been the easier option and that keeping the current leadership is the best way forward.
The Ashes was a really disappointing tour for everybody, particularly the supporters. That we want to take the lessons, make sure that they're instilled within our processes, the way that we go about things, and then drive forward into a successful summer, because frankly we all want revenge in 2027.
Revenge will definitely be sought after by both players and fans in the next Ashes, but fixing the issues within the squad has to be a priority for the Three Lions. I spoke to cricket correspondent for Babel, Matthew Shotter, on how the squad can reflect and regroup after this winter series.
It was a tough winter for England. If they were to take any positives out of it, it would be the fact that they did win a test for the first time in 15 years, also inside 2 days. But ultimately, it was a rough winter, and there are certainly some lessons that they could take into the English summer.
With the next Ashes taking place in England, can the Three Lions bounce back and redeem themselves, or can we only hope for God to save our cricket? Guess we will find out in 2027. Anthony Purvis, Solent Sports News.
Boxing promoter Eddie Hearn has revealed that a local fighter is set to headline an event coming to Southampton this year. Taylor Bevan, who is 8-0, beat Martin Belusio following a second-round stoppage on Saturday. The 25-year-old is a silver medalist at the Commonwealth Games and has won all of his super middleweight bouts by stoppage. Southampton striker Finn Azaz has said he will bring his winning mentality to Ireland as his country attempts to secure World Cup qualification. Ireland's football team will face Czechia away from home on Thursday as they aim to make their first tournament since 2002. If they win, they will meet either Denmark or North Macedonia in the final playoff round. Eastleigh have announced the signing of Southampton youngster Jayden Moore on loan until the end of the season. The 19-year-old is heading out for his first loan since signing a professional contract for the Saints in 2024. The Spitfires will desperately be hoping Moore can solidify a leaky defence which has shipped 68 goals as they sit 5 points above the relegation zone.
With Eastleigh only 19th in the league and just 5 points above the relegation zone, their upcoming fixture against Sutton United is set to be a massive 6-pointer as the London-based side are just a singular point above the Spitfires. A combination of injuries and the international break have left Eastleigh with limited options at centre-back. Therefore, the club have decided to sign Jayden Moore on loan from Southampton until the end of the season.
Yeah, I think Jayden Moore going to Eastleigh on loan to the end of the season is good for him both on a personal level and also good for both Eastleigh and Saints. Obviously, on a personal level, it gives him the opportunity to get some game time, which will help his development, and he's a very promising young talent. And then from a Saints perspective, it gives them an opportunity for once again Jayden to go out and get some much needed game time and hopefully help him with his development.
Interim manager Richard Hill is happy to have an extra centre-back on board.
Lots on Friday night, pestered a lot of people. Sunday morning, and we decided to take Jayden from Southampton. He can be thrown right in the deep end. So we'll see where it gets us, but right now there is no other choice at centre half, and I'm too old and too slow and I can't play there no more.
The more experience and the more game time he can gain is the world of good. I know it's National League, but Eastleigh are in a very tough place right now. We'll need experienced players and players that are in high quality academies to bring them out to help survive the National League.
This will be the 19-year-old's first loan move after signing his first professional contract. He has made 14 appearances for the Saints under-21s this season, and Eastleigh will hopefully be a place where he can gain some valuable experience.
We're now going to head back to Jago as he previews what Moore's loan could bring to the National League side and if he might start again tonight against Sutton United.
Yeah, thanks Felix. Jayden Moore will be looking to make his debut for Eastleigh tonight in their home game against Sutton. It's shaping up to be a true six-pointer as it's a game right down near the bottom of the table as Sutton are just a single point above Eastleigh. It'll be a good experience for Jayden to get some minutes with the team, make sure he's fully embedded, and it'll be good for Southampton as well to see how he can progress at the club and see if he is something to keep an eye on for the future.
The quarter-finals of the UEFA Women's Champions League get underway tonight with a massive clash between English giants Arsenal and Chelsea. The defending champions have not won any of their last 4 quarter-final first legs and will also have to deal without skipper Leah Williamson, who is out injured. Nonetheless, manager Renee Sleggers knows what her team must do to overcome Chelsea.
That's one of the big strengths in our team. So we want to stay in control for as much as possible because we know that we can make the best decisions on the pitch. But of course, the passion and the fire will be there anyway because we'll play a Champions League quarter-final against Chelsea.
World number 2 Yannick Sinner has surpassed a Novak Djokovic record at the Miami Open. The Italian's straight-set victory came inside just 71 minutes against Frenchman Corentin Moutet and was his 25th and 26th consecutive set wins in the Masters 1000. This meant he overtook Djokovic's record, which has lasted a decade. Tiger Woods has confirmed he is returning to golf after more than a year out. The 50-year-old will appear on the final night of the TGL season on Tuesday. Woods underwent surgery back in October to replace a disc in his back, with his last appearance coming all the way back in February 2025. And the snooker is staying in Sheffield. The Crucible has been confirmed to continue to host the World Championship until 2045. Ben Groden is here with more of the story.
Thank you, Felix. And yes, it has been announced that the World Snooker Championships will continue to be held at the famous Crucible venue in Sheffield until 2045, despite the potential of the event moving to the Middle East. It's important that this competition remains in the UK, and its redevelopment for the sport is massive. As the Matchroom Sport president Barry Hearn said, it would have to be revamped by 2027 or it would be moved elsewhere, with the potential countries it could be held in. Saudi Arabia is among those. The Crucible is set to be refurbished with 500 additional seats, and it means its long-running home will last there well over 50 years.
Thank you very much, Ben. The Audi team boss Jonathan Wheatley has departed the new constructor after less than 12 months in charge. Wheatley took over the team in its final season as Sauber before overseeing the relaunch as the German manufacturers. Whilst nothing has been confirmed, rumours are speculating that Wheatley is bound for Aston Martin, where he would take over team principal duties from Adrian Newey. The new Women's Indoor World Championship 800-metre record holder has said she plans to continue dominating the sport following the title win. Keely Hodgkinson ran the distance in 1 minute 55.3 seconds, more than a second ahead of her closest competitor.
My word for this year was domination. I want global domination. and it's a great way to start it. And we've got a very exciting summer with the Europeans and the World Ultimates and everything else to follow. So happy and excited to build on this, and let's see what we can do.
Harlequins have appointed Jason Gilmore as a permanent head coach, with Robbie Deans also joining as performance director. Gilmore has been in temporary charge of the Quins since Danny Wilson left on the eve of the new season. The duo will be tasked with sparking a major improvement at Quins, who are second from bottom in the Premiership. That's all from us today. Remember, you can keep us up to date 24 hours a day on our website, which is solentsportsnews.com.